Hello everyone, how are you? And welcome back to my channel. And look what we got today. I am going to do a review video of the new Summer by the Sea summer collection from Elegance. So let's get started. I also want to add that if anyone hasn't watched any one of my comparison videos before, I try to compare the collection to as much buttercreams, color gels, and glitter gels that I do have in my collection. So let's start with this called Don't Be Crabby. This is a nice red. I hope the camera is picking up this color. You can tell with wiping it off, it has a red undertone. There's no blue undertone in this color. So it is more on the red side, but I will say a red with maybe like a white mixed in there to kind of like mute it down, not mute it, to tone it down a little bit from like your primary red. This is everything I have to compare to Don't Be Crabby. First, let's start off with the color gels. The color gels I have to compare right over here is Don't Be Crabby, which is a creamy red corally color, which I said is more on the pink side. Over here is Heartbreak, which you can tell Heartbreak is a lot darker. Then I have Come Home Gnome, and I have Heart-Shaped Box. All of the other reds I have in my collection in color gels are gonna be darker than Heartbreak. So this is more along the lines of these two colors, but this is darker out of these three. So next, we have the buttercreams compared to Don't Be Crabby. So over here we have Sassy Lassie, Cha Cha Cherry, Poison Apple, Ahoy There Matey, and Real Red. As you can see, Don't Be Crabby compared to Real Red, this is more on the pink side of red. And then this is Sassy Lassie compared to this. And I will say, out of all the reds, Sassy Lassie is probably the most comparable, but Sassy Lassie is a little bit more coral in color. This is more pink. Now you also have Cha Cha Cherry, Poison Apple, and Ahoy There Matey. And out of these three colors, these two, Ahoy There Matey and Cha Cha Cherry, don't compare, just like Real Red. Poison Apple and Sassy Lassie are going to be the closest. I would say Sassy Lassie is going to be the closest in comparison to Don't Be Crabby. And Poison Apple is more of like on your pink red. This is like your coral pink red. I hope all that makes sense. Next, let's go with Catch of the Day. This is a nice color. It's not like bright in your face neon green, but it's almost like mint chocolate chip green. If you know it, if you love mint chocolate chip ice cream like me, this is like mint chocolate chip green, which I love mint chocolate chip ice cream. So let's start with here and then work our way around. So over here I have Under the Shade Tree, Morning Swim, Sugar Rush, Tennis Anyone, Grade A Buttercream, Veggies and Vines, and the Pastel Green Paint. So right off the bat, I'm going to say Tennis Anyone obviously doesn't compare. Tennis Anyone is more of like your neon green color. Sugar Rush, Morning Swim, and Grade A are too dark. Under the Shade Tree is too light, and these colors here are pulling more on the blue side from Catch of the Day. Now these two, we have the Pastel Green Paint and Veggies and Vines. Veggies and Vines is more green than Catch of the Day. I want to say, yeah, this is more green, maybe like with a little bit of yellow with Veggies and Vines. But now this is the Pastel Green Paint. This is the new color Catch of the Day, and they are very, very similar. Probably as close as I can get in my collection with a comparison. So next, let's go with the Coral Cottage. So here is the Coral Cottage, which is a creamy, bright orange, but this is borderline neon orange. And I kind of want to wear this color because I kind of like neons during the summer. Let's start from here, and let's start with here and work our way around. So this one is from the spring collection, Do the Van Gogh. This is from the spring buttercream collection, Fresh Farm Fresh. We have neon orange paint. We have Confident Coral, Tailgater, and Sunrise Roundup. Now, clearly, the two from the spring collection don't compare, Do the Van Gogh and Farm Fresh, but I just wanted to pull these out if anyone wanted to see how they compare. The neon orange to this is not as bright as the neon orange, but this is more, let me do a close-up so you guys can see. So this is the neon orange, and this is the Coral Cottage. The Coral Cottage is not as bright as the neon orange, but it has more of a pink color to it versus like compared to the orange. This is Tailgater, and this one is more of like a light pink neon, and you can tell this is more orange. So out of all of my comparisons, I don't have anything comparable to the new Coral Cottage. Next, we have Sandcastle. This is an interesting color. This Light Elegance is saying that Sandcastle is a sandy or neutral peach with a lot of white in the background. I can definitely tell that there is a lot of white in this color. I want to say this is more pulling like a neutral peach. There's ones already off the bat that I can completely eliminate, and that is going to be Seriously Shy and Do the With Tootsie. These actually, hold on, I'm going to say let's pull away Do the With Tootsie because this is more, Do the With Tootsie is more peach, and this is pulling more neutral, so that one is a no. I'm also gonna pull away, this is the new one, Bare Canvas from the spring collection. Bare Canvas is more yellow, but they're both in that neutral like territory, I'm gonna say. We also have a couple oldies but goodies. This one is No Tan Lines, and this one is Nude with Attitude. Nude with Attitude is not a bad comparison. The Sandcastle is a little bit more, has a little bit more of a peach undertone. We also have another oldie but goodie, and this is Pink Tutu. Pink Tutu is definitely more pink. Then we have Sure Thing, which is definitely darker. And we have Utter Perfection, which is going to be more of like your brown neutral. Next, we have Searching for Seashells. And for me, I see where they were going with this, adding this like pastel color. They did say this is a neutral pink with a very light, it's a very light like neutral like pastel pink. And to me, this pink is screaming more spring than summer. If they made this a tiny bit brighter to kind of go with some of the other like brighter, darker colors, then I would totally be on board. But for me, this color is pulling more spring, but that doesn't mean that a client is not gonna want a more of like a neutral toned down color. So this is everything I have to compare to Searching for Seashells. These two are from the spring collection, I'll Pose for Leo and Take It Easel. Now, this is the new Searching for Seashells, and these are both from the spring collection. We have Take It Easel and I'll Pose for Leo. As you can tell, this color meets right in the middle between these two, and this to me is pulling more spring than summer. But as I said, there you might have a client that wants more like neutral light colors during the summer and doesn't want anything bright. Then we have Going Organic, Chaps and Spurs, Pink Tutu, Something Borrowed, Butterflies and the Cat's Meow. This is Searching for Seashells, and this is Something Borrowed. And these two colors are almost completely identical. Almost completely identical. Can't see the difference between Something Borrowed and Searching for Seashells. Honestly, out of all of these that I did pull, this is the most comparable. So if you use a lot of Something Borrowed and maybe you can't find it anymore, or you are not one for buttercreams, I would get the Searching for Seashells. Last but not least, this is the last color gel we have, and this is called Ocean Avenue. This is not bad. So Light Elegance says that this is a dusty light blue with a tiny touch of gray. I can now I don't know if you're going to be able to see this on camera because sometimes I find pastel colors a little bit harder for my phone to pick up, but it does have a slight undertone of gray. But to me, this is more of like your baby blue. I don't have a lot of light blues in my collection. Most of the blues I have are on the darker side. This is the blue pastel paint, and this is Head in the Clouds. As you can tell, pastel paint is going to be darker, so let's pull that one away. Head in the Clouds, and we have Ocean Avenue. Head in the Clouds is a brighter blue, and this is definitely pulling more gray next to this blue. But I don't have any blue to compare. Now let's move on to the glitter gels, because everyone knows this is why you're here. You want the glitter gels. So let's just pick a random color. Let's start with this. So we have Sea Jelly. I like this one. It's a bright coral pink, like jelly glitter gel. This is gorgeous. My camera is just not picking up the glitter and the reflections in here, but so the only glitter gel I have to compare to Sea Jelly is Whimsical Way. And as you can tell, they're in the same family, but Whimsical Way is lighter, and it's still Whimsical Way and Sea Jelly are both that like translucent, like jelly type glitters, but the pieces are chunkier in this compared to Whimsical Way. But that's not a bad comparison. Next, let's go with Sandy Bottoms. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, I don't... Oh, my phone is... I don't think... Pictures do not do this color justice. I want to say this is more of your coppery peach glitter gel, and you have those chunky pieces in there. So these are the ones I have to compare, which is Tipsy Two-Step and Hot Dodger. This I want to say is right in the middle of these two. Tipsy Two-Step is more of like your pastel matte iridescent glitter, and Hot Dodger is your chunky iridescent like orange color. But Hot Dodger is almost like if you were to use Fairy Good, like depending, it's gonna look different over any color that you use. So this is right in the middle, and I don't have anything else to compare. I do have 2 other in the orange, like copper family, but they're gonna be a lot darker than Sandy Bottoms. So next, if you can read that lid, there we go. Let's go with Salty Sweet. Yes. So here we go. This is a nice pearly white glitter gel, it's like a white version of anything in the diamond family. I'm just gonna say it right there. We have Tiny Diamond, White Lace, Magic by Moonlight with this ring, Snow Queen, and Big Diamond. And this, so it's in the family of White Lace, and White Lace is unfortunately discontinued, but I did like the glitter gels in the lace family, and I kind of wish they didn't discontinue any of the lace gels because I do like them. But I want to say, out of all of these that I have, the one that is probably the most comparable is going to be one. This is Magic by Moonlight, and this is a color gel. This is Salty Sweet, and they're almost in that same family, but this is more of like your pearly shimmer, as you can see like by the inside of the pot, and this is a pearly white glitter. So here we have Salty Sweet, Magic by Moonlight, and Tiny Diamond, and the new one, Salty Sweet, is like an in-between of these 2 colors, and I hope that makes sense. To me, this is almost like a white diamond. Like it's in that diamond family. So next we have Starfish Kisses. Okay. Are there, what, there's little stars in there. Well, bust my buttons. So the 2 glitter gels I have to compare is Nudie and Smoothie. Smoothie is an oldie but goodie. This is one of the first glitter gels I've purchased from my Elegance. As you can tell, my pot is like almost completely, like everything is wiped off. This is Starfish Kisses compared to Smoothie. And it has that neutral undertone of a Smoothie, but this is definitely more, Starfish Kisses is definitely more pink. Then we have Nudie, and their Nudie has more of a silver or like a white gold undertone compared to Starfish Kisses. So let's go with Beachy. This is definitely a nice lemonade color, and it has like shifts of like an iridescent in there. I would say maybe the iridescent that comes from Crystal or Apple Teeny. I don't have a lot of yellow, so this is Synchronized Sparkle, which is a nice like pastel yellow. This is Beachy, and you can tell this pulls slightly, like has an undertone of like a lime green to it. And then this one is called Bad Banana, and Bad Banana doesn't compare. I just want to show you that I don't have a lot of yellows as for glitter gels, but in the shade of yellow, it's more in the shade of Bad Banana versus Synchronized Sparkle is more of a pastel yellow. I hope that makes sense. Last but not least, we have Once Upon a Tide. Ooh. That's a nice. So once again, we have that like jelly semi-sheer glitter gel. And this is definitely on the chunkier side. This is more of like your aqua, like Caribbean blue color. But this is like that like translucent, like on the iridescent side. And Light Elegance has a couple glitter gels like this. Like when I was talking about Hot Dodger is one of those iridescents that it'll pull different depending on what color it's sitting on top of. This is Snow Cone and this is Once Upon a Tide. And Once Upon a Tide is slightly darker, but Snow Cone is also in that like iridescent family. So depending on what color you have it over, it's gonna pull different colors. And that's what I was talking about Once Upon a Tide, but I mean, both of these together would look pretty cool. This is hashtag Dazzling, and this is the Once Upon a Tide, and you can see hashtag Dazzling is more like a periwinkle blue. Then this one doesn't compare, but I just want to show you. This is an old one called Jawbreaker. And this is called Siren's Song. And we have Once Upon a Tide, and this came out in a summer collection a couple years ago. These are all like the blues or like aqua like colors that I could show you. So the closest in comparison is Snow Cone. Snow Cone is more of a medium to fine, there's more of a fine glitter, where Once Upon a Tide is completely chunky. And I do like some of the chunky glitters that Light Elegance makes. This is what everything looks like swatched out with the color gels and the glitter gels. I will have to say, with the glitter gels, the only one that is not really my favorite is the Starfish Kisses. Only because we've seen neutral and like pink champagne colors from Light Elegance before, but I do like the fact that there is that star-shaped glitter in there. Will say my two favorites, or three favorites from the glitter gels, is Sea Jelly, Once Upon a Stream, and Sandy Bottoms is probably my three favorites. And then the color gels, as some of you may know, I'm not really a red person, but Don't Be Crabby is probably one of my favorite colors. Only two color gels that are not my favorite is Searching for Seashells and Ocean Avenue. To me, the colors are similar to what the color palette that we saw in the spring collection. Otherwise, everything else I really like. I hope you enjoyed this comparison video, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.